We are about to meet two people who live the dream. They retired, but spend all their time travelling. Welcome to the Midlife Shift, juicy conversations to help you thrive after 50.
Everybody wants to live better, wants to look better, wants to stay younger.
If we are talking about the future, there's nothing better you can do than to make sure that you've got some moolah.
I can't stand the whole, oh no, I've got no regrets. Like, really? Have you lived a life?
Join us as we shake things up and talk about the things that matter and maybe a few things that don't. We're meeting Kevin and Janetta from Channel 9's Travel Guides to learn how they work from Rome and just live the dream, seeing the world. Welcome.
Thank you, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
Hi.
Meet you.
Good to meet you too. Now, sometimes those Channel 9 awful people sometimes call you travel snobs for your role on the show. It's very cruel, isn't it?
Is it cruel?
Well, we would rather be a travel snob than a travel bogan, I suppose.
And if having a preference for business class or a 5-star hotel makes you a travel snob,
Fine food and wine.
I'll wear that badge.
I mean, it's
Happily.
a preference, but we don't always get it. But you've got to aim high.
I agree. Totally agree. So tell me, how did you get this dream role? Really? I mean, you retired and now you get paid to travel.
Well, we nearly didn't. We were driving home from a friend's house. I remember it was October 2015, and I said to Kevin in the car, I saw this thing advertised on Channel 9. They said, if you like travel and you can give up 3 months next year, apply.
And of course I said, what would they want with us?
So-
Seriously?
That was my point, to go and actually start applying without Kevin. But I got so
Without
far
telling him?
Yes, but I got so far in the application that I had to involve him, and the rest was history.
I mean, we had no idea what this show was all about. We thought it might be something like Getaway or a David Attenborough travel series or something. We had absolutely no idea what we were applying for.
No idea. And one of the questions they asked us was, how many countries have you been to? And because we've cruised a lot, if you know when you're cruising, you stop off at a lot
Multiple
of
countries.
So we couldn't fit all the
countries in.
So we had to put an addendum at the back of the application form with an extra page in it of all the countries we'd been to.
So it is, because it was a bit of a genre-busting TV type of show, right? Travel Guides is real people taking you to real places.
Correct.
And it's been 10 seasons,
We're
right?
currently filming the 10th season now, which is, in TV terms, is pretty phenomenal.
That is very phenomenal.
It actually started in the UK. There was a UK Travel Guide series, and we nearly tore up the contract when we watched the UK series.
It was terrible.
Is that because the travel snobs were TV snobs too?
No, well, we actually don't watch a lot of TV.
Yeah.
But when we saw the British one, it was narrated by Johnny Vegas. What talks like this, Danny?
Yeah, like a geezer.
Yeah, it's it.
And the couple who were, I suppose, the older ones like us, went to bed and they looked at each other and said, Nash is out, took their teeth out and put them in a glass. I thought, and they were doing things like do-it-yourself colonic irrigation.
Oh,
and,
no.
And I'm thinking,
No.
this is not for us.
So we really came very close to pulling out our application.
Wow.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't.
Yeah.
Well, because how many countries have you been to for Channel 9 now?
Oh, well, we've done 80. We're up to our 81st episode at the moment. So that's 80 trips around the world.
But then on each series, there's 10 episodes and 2 of them are within Australia, 2 domestic and 8 international. So
You have to take 20 out. So it's
Yeah.
It's a lot of
61.
maths to do.
some of them we've been to a couple of times,
Yeah.
not many. So, oh gosh, a lot.
Yeah.
But that's so interesting because Australian reality TV is quite different. And I've heard, because I have a lot of friends in Britain, that our Married at First Sight is the best of all the reality TV genres.
MasterChef.
MasterChef. What Australia tends to do with TV is buy a concept and then perfect it and then sell it to the world.
So
and
interesting.
you're right, with MasterChef and Maths and Travel Guides, it's just been a phenomenal success, all of those shows.
And we've I might add, we've actually won 4 Logies.
Oh, well, there you go.
In the first season, when we were nominated, we didn't win. We were in the reality section. Yeah. But we're now not reality because we're not really a reality show. We're called Lifestyle.
So it's a different category.
Things are more.
As you say, you don't have to.
With our show, we don't have to build anything. We don't have to cook anything. We don't have to marry some random. All we have to do is go on holidays and have a good time.
And there's no prize money. And really, we just have to say what we think.
Yeah.
Very honest.
I think that's part of the appeal, or a lot of the appeal of the show is there's no contrived bitchiness. There's no prize money. So there's no producer-driven moments where we're neck and neck against other people in the show. There's no contest.
Yeah, there's no dinner party.
No. No.
No Big Brother.
No alcohol-fueled dinner parties.
See, there you are. So now you both come from a travel background.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Oh, dear.
Back in the Middle Ages, we both worked for an airline called TAA.
I remember
Trans-Australia Airlines, which was probably the equivalent of the domestic Qantas.
That's right.
And you were working in Melbourne in sales, and I was working in the very unglamorous HR department in Perth. And I came back to Melbourne after my posting in Perth for 5 years, and we were both invited to a dinner party by somebody else who worked at the airline, and that's where we met.
So airlines were very incestuous industries, weren't they?
Well, they were. A lot of marriages resulted from them. I prefer to say it that way.
Marriages, relationships, divorces, all sorts of
Yeah.
But it was an incredible place to work because it was more like going to a club every day than it was like going to an office.
Yeah.
And the industry itself was a very up industry. It was travel. Everybody wanted to travel. It was definitely a growth industry. And the airline part of it was the real pinnacle of the glamour side of the travel industry.
Yeah, it was TAA and Ansett were our two airlines back. Yeah. See, I remember because I remember that there was a terrible strike and I couldn't get to my uncle's wedding on time and I missed that. And I remember
was that the pilots' dispute?
Yes. Yeah. I think it was in the 80s.
So TAA then became Australian Airlines and then it joined in with Qantas.
That's right.
So I stayed through all of that and left from Qantas and then joined another airline. So and I've always been involved in travel, and you went in a different direction.
I went in a different direction. I was in, as I said, the unglamorous part of the airline, HR, or personnel, as it was called way back then. So I went on to some other corporate roles, and then I became a travel writer later on.
Which is the real
travel's
fun, right?
always been in our blood, and it was fueled by our time at TAA.
Yeah.
That's where it all began.
Do you know, I remember this song because kid and they used to sing what was it, Jingle Bells, Batman Smells, Robin Ran Away, Wonder Woman Lost Her Bosoms Flying TAA. Did you ever know that little ditty?
No, I don't know that one. That was sad for Wonder Woman.
It really was, wasn't it?
Sadder for the airline.
I know.
I wonder if they found them.
And there's a whole YouTube video about these Jingle Bells, Batman Smells rhymes. Apparently every country has its own version. Even The Simpsons did a version of it. And they're all different.
The ending of that I knew as Father Christmas burnt his whiskers smoking Craven A.
Oh, God. Yeah.
See, there you are. You knew the ditty, though.
I did, but I didn't know the TAA connection.
That was a meme before there were memes, right?
That's
how
absolutely.
much TAA was in the public consciousness. Back then, it ran into schoolyard rhymes.
TAA, try another airline.
Yeah. I remember that one too. I wasn't going to be so.
It was a wonderful airline.
I thought Wonder Woman losing her bosoms was maybe a bit lighter.
No, it was a wonderful airline, a wonderful time in our lives.
It was a family. It was a family.
Yeah, and the airlines, it was very different then. No one sort of threw cardboard sandwiches at you on the airlines in the old days, did they? It was.
If you're flying to Perth, that someone ring you up the day before you and say, "What would you like to eat on the flight?"
It was called the Silver Swan service.
Oh, how nice was that?
I knew it well because I lived in Perth for 5 years during the 80s with the airline.
So
I flew that Silver Swan service several times.
It's a very long flight, Sydney or Melbourne to Perth.
Mm-hmm.
Not as long as the Perth-London 17 hours that we did a couple of years ago. Third back row, middle seat economy.
I hate middle seats. Middle seats are just wrong.com.
I know.
Why do they put them in planes?
Well,
I know why.
I figure you can do it. I think it's probably like childbirth, terrible at the time, but you get over it.
Yeah, well, you
And
do.
you move on.
You do. Because we had this discussion in one of our other travel podcasts. It's like we all like to fly business or first class. Everyone enjoys that. But actually, would you rather spend all the money on the flight or the accommodation when you get there?
we
It's
have
such a
that all
dilemma.
the
That's
time.
exactly our discussion point.
We have
However, enter premium economy.
Yes, but is premium economy really what it's cracked up to be?
Depending on the airline, yes and no. We've been in some fantastic premium economy.
You just came back.
I just came back on from Europe on Emirates in premium.
Okay.
And as I say, it's 80% of the business class product at 20% of the price.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more. But, I was never good at maths,
No,
but quite good at flying.
There you are. So, we had Sue Williams on our
Yes.
other podcast, and she said one of her most popular stories was a review of, I can't remember which airline it was, a certain airline's premium economy. And it was the most clicked article on.
Is that right?
Yes,
Yeah.
because people are so intrigued by premium economy.
It's a
Is it good or is it
viable
not?
and affordable alternative.
It's like business used to be back when we started flying on international airlines.
Okay.
You didn't have flatbeds then.
Flatbeds.
You had lie back, even in business.
Okay.
Yeah, even
Yeah,
in
if
first
you
class.
can't afford the business class, and let's face it, business
very
class is really
expensive.
expensive.
It's
And
really
you're right.
expensive.
Do you spend the money when you're there, or do you put up with that 24 hours or
of horribleness?
Yeah, but that's where really
Yeah,
worth
okay.
exploring premium economy.
Well, Sue's top tip was actually she flew business on, I think it was Vietnam Airlines, I
Yep.
think she
Oh,
said.
yes, they're very popular.
And she said it was incredible because it was basically the same as an economy class airfare. And there was a wonderful layover, she said, and it only cost her $50 to lay over for 18 hours. And she got herself a hotel room and
Fabulous.
a massage. And she just said,
Beautiful.
same as an economy airfare.
Yeah.
And she just felt fantastic. She thought it was
Beautiful.
brilliant.
We've got friends that use Vietnam to go to Germany to see family.
Oh,
all the
really?
time.
All the
Yeah.
time. And apparently, we haven't flown them internationally. Turkish Air
Oh, they're meant to be
has got
great
a
as
great,
well.
Yeah, great
So
business class.
interesting. So what I really want to know, because now that I've gotten older and gotten a dog, I just don't have the wanderlust for travel like I used to, you see. I'm quite
There
happy.
are people that look after your pets.
I know, but
A
that's
dog
not
wouldn't take it
me.
away for us. No, I'd need more than a dog to lose the wanderlust. We had dogs, and it was terrific while we had them, but when they died, we didn't replace them so we could concentrate on travel because
yes.
it's not fair on the dog or on us.
That's exactly
when
right.
you've got to put them in care.
One of the things that we love about travel, and as you know, we have travelled a lot, is if you see a new country, all of a sudden that country is in your psyche. You get home and you see something
your
about it on the
imagination.
news and you're more interested. You read an article about them and you feel you can identify with that more. So you actually become sort of a bit more worldly
Global.
rounded.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I just love that.
Yeah.
We've just come back from Albania, which is a country we don't know a lot about. But fortunately, when we were there, the travel guides had a tour guide who took us through the history of Albania, and it's one of the most
fascinating
interesting
country. Yeah, it is a fascinating country.
And quite a beautiful country too. Their own version of their Riviera down in the south, along next to the Greek border.
And wasn't Mother Teresa?
Yeah,
Teresa
absolutely, and
Albanian?
Dua Lipa.
Oh, Dua Lipa's
Yeah, there you go.
Albanian. I
Very
did
similar.
not know
Mother
this.
Teresa and Dua Lipa, very similar.
I had
Yeah.
no concept.
Can I tell you a funny story
Yes.
about Dua Lipa?
Oh,
Do you
yes,
do
this is
Try and
hysterical.
keep it short because
Yeah.
it's a long
Okay,
one.
we were in New Zealand, had a little holiday of our own, and we went to
So you weren't on Channel 9?
No,
for this
no,
one.
this is
a
on our
private-
dime.
We were
private.
chasing status points.
Yes,
Truth be
yeah.
known.
We had to get the status points up to get the gold.
Gold.
Retain gold.
can
Anyway,
ask
so
you
we
about
flew
that.
business class over to Auckland, and then on a day trip, we spent 3 or 4 days on Waiheke Island, which is, if you know it, it's the wine island. And we got the ferry over out of Auckland, got off the ferry, and our guide was meeting us. But before we got to the guide, between the ferry and the guide, this mob of women in their 40s or 50s, there would have been 20 of them, just mobbed us. We love travel guys. We
earring
love you.
fell out.
Oh,
And
you're
they
fantastic.
selfies.
You
want
were
a
mobbed
selfie?
because
You
you're
want
so
a selfie?
famous.
Let me touch you. Let me touch you.
No,
Anyway, that went on for about 10 or 15 minutes. And then our guide came up and said, "You won't believe it. last week we had Dua Lipa here, and she got really upset that no one recognised her. You guys get off the boat and you're mobbed.
That's such an Australian New Zealand
I know,
story,
I
though,
love
isn't it?
That is our
So
Dua
we're bigger
Lipa
than Dua
story.
Lipa in
New
Waiheke
Zealand?
Island. Yes,
I think
no one
that's
knows who she is
fantastic.
there,
I love
Albanian
that.
or not.
Oh, well, I'm sure they might hum a tune if they may be remembered, or maybe. So really, though, is travelling always a pleasure, even when it's a pain? That's kind of my question.
With travel guides, we travel 6 months of the year, pretty much
Yeah,
from
I've travelled.
August to January, on and off.
Yeah.
We may do 2 back-to-back trips, or we may do the episodes are each 60 minutes. Sometimes there's 90 minutes and we film for longer. We figure we're not going to be on the proper time zone for 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So we cope with that. We finish each season, we say, never again, can't do it again. And then 3 weeks later, we're thinking,
oh, where are we going
Where
next?
are we going next?
Where are we going
Yes.
next?
Like we're on a little hiatus at the moment. So we decided, let's get in the car and just go for a drive. And sometimes you just overcorrect a bit and you end up in Queensland, which is what happened. Yeah.
Oops.
so we've
That's a big drive.
Yeah.
we've got 15 days between when we filmed
Last
there
trip.
and the next one. And so we just got back yesterday from a road trip to Newcastle to see a band play.
What
So,
band was it?
It's called the
Hindley
Street Country Club.
You know them?
Hindley Street. That's in Adelaide Street.
Yes.
Yeah,
'Cause I'm in
but the
Adelaide.
Hindley
Wow.
Street Country Club are hailed as the greatest cover band in the world.
Oh,
Well,
really?
They travel
And
all
they
around
are.
the world. They're brilliant.
And so you went to Newcastle to see them.
Well, Janetta went because she thinks the bass player is hot.
Well, I'm sure she thinks you're hot.
And unfortunately, anyway, we digress. We could talk for hours about so.
That's another podcast.
So you road trip on your own dime
Yes.
when you're not travelling. You
Oh,
really do love travel, don't
yeah.
you?
Earlier this
Yeah.
year, we did a road trip to Queensland. We went to New Zealand, and we went to Hong Kong and China in our own time.
Yeah.
And when is it bad? Like when do you just go, I wish I was in my own bed? Is it when they've lost your luggage,
Halfway
for
through
example?
a 15-hour flight.
Right. Yeah,
you
that
get
is bad.
you get halfway and think, oh my God, it's only 7 hours. I've got 8 to go. And you think, oh no, how am I going to get through this next 8 hours? Because you've done all the reading you can. I can't concentrate. I raw dog
yeah,
on
we
flights.
talked about raw dogging with Andrew Daddo on our
Yeah,
podcast.
and so
He
I'll
likes
watch
raw
the
dogging.
map the whole way.
Really?
I know.
That's-
I watch. I
Ah.
download all these Netflix for him, and he doesn't watch anything.
See, I think the series are great.
Oh,
Just like that.
I
However,
agree.
on the last one I did, I watched
House of Guinness.
House of Guinness, the
So
entire
good, wasn't
series.
it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I enjoyed that.
because we've just been to Ireland,
Mhm.
and I lost my Guinness virginity at the Dublin
Factory, the
factory,
brewery.
yes.
Yeah,
brewery.
the storehouse. So
Yes.
the House of Guinness, I actually did watch all of that. I really enjoyed it.
It was-
I felt like I
it's
was having
great.
a drink with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
the
good,
Peaky
isn't it?
Blinders guy. He's
Yeah.
done a whole range.
Oh,
Oh, it's so
yeah.
brilliant. All brilliant.
Yeah, so
You particularly like episode 3, didn't you?
What
Don't
was
go
episode
there.
3? What happened in
have
episode
you
3?
seen
I've seen
when
it.
The guy gets out of the bath and the full frontal.
Oh, yes, the full frontal nudity.
Yes.
The nudity. I remember that. But I do prefer a bit of male gratuitous nudity to all the gratuitous female
Absolutely,
nudity.
yes.
So,
So you-
Yeah.
well,
Has to be.
I just feel like it's evening
Yeah,
things up,
balances
you know?
out.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
right.
I'm not saying
So you
I
got
really...
your share on
Yeah.
this House of Guinness.
Yes,
Yes.
I do.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, right? So how do you avoid the jet lag? That's my big question, because
We
that's the
don't.
killer,
We
right?
don't avoid it. We face it and we work through it. And because we're retired, for the 6 months that we're filming, we don't even try to adjust. If you want to have dinner at 3:00 in the afternoon, do. If you want to go to bed at 7:00 in the morning, go to bed. Now, you come back from one trip and it might be negative time zone, and then you're home for 3 or 4 days and you're going into positive time zone. So you're never really on the right time.
You have to do the washing and ironing at 2:00 in the morning. That's fine.
And we've done that. We do that.
I was going to say, because that's the hardest bit. It really knocks you around.
Well, it does.
I reckon.
Well,
It's
this
just me.
last time we did Ireland and Albania, so coming
Yeah.
that direction, 4 or 5 days at home, then over to Chile and Brazil
Brazil.
in
Oh,
the
they're
other direction.
Yeah, they're very far away.
And
they're
Big
all long
trips.
haul. you
Yeah,
know.
long
yeah,
haul.
Yeah.
Really
But
long haul.
we push through. We've never been late for a session, or
We're
we just
ridiculously organised when we get home
Wow.
too. That doesn't matter what time we get home. It could be 1:30 in the morning or 3:00 in the morning. We will put 2 loads of washing on. Empty the
unpack.
suitcases, unpack everything. Shoes are all away, clothes are all away, washing's
So
on.
you've got all the top.
We're also the only cast members that have never had a sick day.
in 10
really?
years. We haven't missed 1 minute's filming.
As well as being the oldest, I think it's something to do with eating dirt when we were kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
Well, because this is the trick of overseas travel is, the ice cubes, drink bottled water. And it even in
brush your teeth. all
Yeah.
that, yeah.
it's hard, right?
We don't cotton wool ourselves. We'll eat the street food.
Okay.
We in some places we won't drink the water. We'll exercise a bit of caution there, but we don't cotton wool ourselves at all.
Interesting. So maybe you do just have better immune systems.
Eat dirt.
Must be what it is.
Yep.
And now you actually both got married to each other, obviously, in the 80s, but your first honeymoon, or your only honeymoon, because you,
Date.
to
Yeah.
date,
There's
you
still
might have
time.
another one. You could have more. It was to Asia in the 80s, wasn't it?
Correct. In fact, that was our first trip away together. Was our
Really?
honeymoon.
Yes, yes.
Normally,
Really?
you try before you buy,
Yeah.
but we didn't.
Well, that's pretty adventurous.
We were 3 months after we met, we were engaged, and then 3 months after that, we were married.
It's a bit of a whirlwind.
That was back in
wasn't it?
1987.
38 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, yep, they say the couple that can travel together and be jet lagged together,
Well,
there it is.
And you didn't really like Asia at that stage.
I didn't
planned
really
the
know
honeymoon.
Asia. Didn't
Well,
really
it
know
wasn't
it.
very glamorous.
No, it wasn't.
Was
No.
it? I mean, let's be real. In the 80s, it was opening up,
Yeah.
and Singapore was always quite.
I mean, Hong Kong was still under British rule.
Exactly.
Yeah,
God, I'm
Singapore
sounding like a
was-
history teacher.
I know.
Singapore was Asia for beginners.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Because it was probably the most
The most
Western
westernised.
Asian city.
Yeah.
So on our honeymoon, we went to Singapore, Hong Kong, and Borneo.
Borneo. So my husband's obsessed with Borneo. He stayed in a longhouse and went
Oh,
fishing
really?
on the river and did the whole thing where they cook rice in the bamboo pipe
Yeah,
on the.
nice.
I know. He's
Oh,
going, we should go there sometime.
we-
I'm like,
At least had a 5-star hotel.
yeah.
There's a limit.
Yeah,
There's a limit.
Our passion for Lux started on the honeymoon.
I know, but then sometimes I think you can see the orangutans in
Yeah.
We saw them on
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah, we
yes.
did.
yeah.
That's right, we did because we filmed there as well.
Yeah.
We actually didn't have a honeymoon. We had a honeymoon.
What's a
Yeah,
honeymoon?
A honeymoon
Oh,
is
that's-
when we got on the Cathay Pacific flight from Melbourne to Singapore, they presented us with a cake. Because we were in the airline industry, they knew who we were.
so you got a bit of a 5-star vibe
And-
going on.
And the cake said happy honeymoon. So
Excellent
we're still
spelling.
yet to have our honeymoon. We've had the honeymoon, but not the honeymoon.
Also, we stayed in a hotel in Singapore, and you're far too young to remember this, but in the days before, microwaves and things, they used to have an inversion thing you could put in a cup of hot
An
water.
infused-
Oh, I remember
to
those
the
boil?
things. Yes.
Well,
yeah,
we
the
use-
travel kettles.
Yes,
they
yes,
were
yes,
that's
that's
it.
right. So
Yeah.
we did that and didn't know what we were doing, and we shorted the whole hotel. Because we didn't
Well,
put
first we
water in
only
it.
shorted our room, then the floor, and on the third attempt, we shorted the whole hotel.
It must have been a shocking electric
Well,
risk,
we-
those kettles.
When you first get married, you don't have the funds that you do
No.
once you're retired. So,
That's right.
you save a bit of money here and there and wherever you can. But anyway,
Well, shorting
We've-
the hotel was probably a little bit economical.
we
Oh,
Really?
look, it got to meet the management of the hotel.
Did they invite you back? That is the question.
No,
Probably
probably
not.
Bang,
Probably
put a black
not.
mark against their name. Now, I've heard though that you like cruising. So my sister's obsessed with cruises
But-
as well. Yes,
we have
Share.
a lot of requirements with cruises.
Okay, what's
cruising
the list?
And there's cruising.
So do describe this to me.
Okay, the ship can have no more than 1,000 passengers.
Okay.
Preferably 500.
Okay.
Right, 500 is perfect.
Everything's included. You don't want to be putting a hand in your wallet for anything. You want to have all the drinks and the tours and the taxes and the tips all included.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it. That narrows the field
No.
right down.
Don't forget the children.
Oh, yes,
No
sans
children?
enfant.
That means no kids,
Yeah.
right? No kids.
Very posh way of saying keep the kids at home.
We actually have a hierarchy of C words, of things
Oh,
that we
do you?
don't like on our holidays.
Cheers.
Starting with camping,
Oh, yes.
caravans, cabins, cask wine, and children
Oh,
on
holidays,
holidays.
Oh, see, I don't mind a cabin if it's in a good location
Yeah.
because a cabin is better than a tent.
I think
Marginally.
there's camper vans was in there.
Camper vans.
Maybe
Camper
camper
vans.
vans.
Okay, let's say cabins out and put camper vans.
Yeah.
Anything with camping, amping, ramping, all of that, even glamping.
You see, the thing that gets me, I've got neighbours. They've got a caravan. It must be worth about $100,000,
I know.
right?
Why?
This is what we were saying
I'm
the other
with
day.
you. I'm like, imagine how many holidays you could have with
And
that.
to put that in at a caravan park costs you $100 a night.
And then you've got to cook your own mess. But why go
And
on
sweet.
holidays and stay somewhere that's not as nice as your own house?
And why spend a small fortune to live like a homeless person?
Yeah. See, my street, because I live in Sydney, my street has turned into boat parking and caravan parking for rich people because no one can afford to put it in their garage. So
Yeah.
they just
Really?
park it on the street. I am not joking. I drive into my street and I feel like I'm arriving in a caravan park.
Yeah.
It's just boats and caravans everywhere.
I'm
A forest
surprised
full
the
of
council
seawords.
allows it.
Like council make them move it every 3 months, but that's it. I know.
No, I
Outrageous.
couldn't live there. Every time I looked out, if I saw a caravan,
It
I'd
does my
start to
head
shake.
in. It absolutely does my head in. But tell me a little bit more about cruises because on my Netflix journey, I did watch a really funny documentary called Poop Cruise.
Oh, yes, we've seen that.
I did laugh quite a lot when I couldn't believe people go to Galveston to go on a cruise.
Yeah.
I found that bizarre as well. I'm
Well,
like, what is
we
this?
did watch that, and that's the side of cruising that you don't want to know about and you don't want to get involved in.
For anyone who hasn't watched the doco, it's like anything that could go wrong did go wrong. And how good were those staff that worked for the cruise ship? They
They're
were
the
like,
sorts of cruises where people go on them for all you can eat and all you can drink. And it's just revolting, like eating competitions and things.
Yeah.
We have met lifelong friends on cruises from all around the world and people we've caught up with actually on travel guides. Because when we film travel guides, we're not filming 24 hours a day. We have a day off here, a half day there or a night. We have lots of time. And we've caught up with friends in France,
Caught up
in
with some last week.
Toronto.
Oh, that's nice.
Who?
That is
Oh,
really
yes.
nice.
Norman and Barry.
Yeah, of course we did. And in LA, people who cruise on a certain sort of cruise are usually around a similar age and they've got similar likes. So you're going to have something in common to start with.
And we're lucky that we're old.
Well, it is
Because
a privilege.
with age,
It's better than the alternative.
Well, yeah, but with age comes a couple of nice little perks. One is invariably you've got a few more dollars disposable.
Yes, you do compared to when you're
and
younger.
you've got more time.
Yeah.
And when you've got more time and more dollars, you can have more cruises.
Yeah.
And
So it's great being old.
Fair call.
And
Fair call.
also, you really, everyone says it, you unpack once and all.
It's true.
And it's just beautiful.
But the thing I love about cruising too is when you arrive in a new city, you arrive the way it was founded.
Yeah.
Not
precisely.
fly into some scuzzy
Disgusting
real
outer
estate where you got
suburban,
the flattest area for an airport. You come into the port. That's how the city was discovered.
It's true.
Like sailing into Sydney Harbour.
Yeah.
That is
it's
just
pretty
magnificent.
magical.
And sailing out is
and
magnificent
Istanbul,
as well.
up the
Oh,
Bosphorus.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, that would
And
be beautiful.
Stockholm. Through all the islands.
It's a beautiful
Yeah.
through there. It really is. I agree with you.
Cruising is one of our favourite pastimes.
Yeah, except poop cruise is not for
Oh,
you.
no. That's not
'Cause,
cruising.
Yeah, that
That's not
is
cruising.
No.
Yeah, and it is well worth a watch if you want to abide by the rule of no ships over 500.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
absolutely. And that's why you don't go on ships that big.
Exactly.
You know, my idea of hell would be to put me on a Disney cruise with 5,000 sugared up 7-year-olds.
See, I did a cruise when my kids were little. It was fantastic because they can stay on board in the kids club while you go and do the short
Perfect.
trips, right? Like, and you're not, hoiking kids' suitcases everywhere on and off trains or anything like that. It was actually a great way to
And
see
also,
things
we get a room with a balcony too. We like to be able
Yes.
to open
and to go
the
outside.
door. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
does
think
make
the
a
ideal
difference.
cruise length would be anything from 15 to 21 days.
Okay.
Hmm.
But there are some people, I did a podcast with some retirement experts, some people fantasize and architect their whole retirement to live on a cruise ship.
Absolutely.
I couldn't do that.
I think
The
that would be
NFAs, no fixed address. And they will go from cruise ship that
To
will
cruise
end
ship.
their cruise in Barcelona, pick up another one that will end in Amsterdam, pick up another one that will end in Athens, and just keep on going around.
Do you imagine how fat we'd be if
Oh,
we
yeah.
spent our life cruising?
I mean, a good cruise is 3 or 4 kilos.
Oh,
in
right.
weight
That's
gain,
what you've got to
right?
work out because the food,
Yeah.
As I say, you don't go on holidays to
lose weight
lose
or
weight.
save money.
No.
No.
Well, you don't. And in cruises, they always have this thing called a Bomb Alaska night, don't they?
They used to you're going back a bit. When we first started cruising, they have
anymore?
US cruises.
Oh, they love
that
it.
sounds like an American diet.
Remember the waiters all used to come out and had sparklers.
Yeah.
Where it was all
and then you do like a Zumba line after them.
No, not on the cruises we go on.
A lot of the cruises now for seasoned cruisers or frequent floaters is they dispense with all the need to wear a tuxedo or a dinner jacket or long flowing gowns because people are over that. They did all that, so now they're just pure class where you dress appropriately for dinner, but you don't have to go through all the
hoopla.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. But what about getting your land legs and your sea legs? Because I was a room service waitress in my university years, and I used to get my sea legs from going up and down in the elevators all the time. And honestly, it's really disconcerting. When I was on a cruise ship for just a day, I'd get off and I'd be all
We've never had any.
Have you never had that?
No. Land legs, sea legs. No.
What about seasickness?
Never.
You've never been seasick
When we
on a
filmed
cruise?
an episode on Travel Guides, we were in Mykonos and we had to get a ferry from one island to the other. And the day before was party day and we were filming party day.
But all the young kids had been out to some club till all hours. And this ferry ride was really rocky.
So about 10:30, we had to get the ferry from Mykonos to some other island. And all these young kids on our team were all green and just on the verge of throwing up. And
Kevin and I are sitting there having a glass of wine.
We're fine. Yeah. We're very comfortable at sea level.
Now, I might explain in the show, they've always got us with a glass of wine in our hand, which is fine. I'll explain the reason for that. When we applied for the show, we had to do a little video, and Kevin wrote the script and said, we're Kevin and Janetta. We live in country Victoria. When we retired, we did our spreadsheet. First line item was holidays. Second line item was wine.
And so they thought that we were wine aficionados. So we've had to bone up on wine.
So they've always got us with a glass of wine in our hand.
We're okay with that.
I was going to say there's nothing wrong with
Nothing wrong with that.
No. And when you get that reputation, whether it be true or not, we'll go with it.
See, I grew up in Adelaide where wine is part of the culture, right? It's one of the churches, wine.
Yeah.
That's really pretty much
Totally.
all Adelaide's got going for it. And so...
And the Hindley Street Country Club.
Hindley Street, I am going to have to look them up now, you see. I really, really am. Now, what I worry about with cruising, though, is that there are morgues on cruise ships. You know that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does that worry you?
No, I think plan ahead. I have no problem with that. We don't intend dying on a ship.
If it happens, you're not going to know about it, are you?
That's exactly right. And planes don't have a morgue. They just have to put a blanket over a
That's
person, right?
That's right.
Put
So
them in the
let's
back
do it
seat.
properly. No, look, but that's practical. You get a lot of older people on, some cruise ships have people in their 60s and 70s, and some cruise ships have their parents.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'd be more worried about a jail on a ship. I think they've got those.
They do. I think they have those
the
too.
ships we avoid.
Yeah, I think they do have those too, right?
A lock-up, a breeze.
Yeah, because if something goes wrong, they have to be able to. And the captain's he's the enforcer of it all, right?
Well, you can imagine when you've got a cruise ship of 5,000 or 6,000 passengers,
And they're
all under the age of 30.
And they've all bought the drinks package.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That reminds me of another girlfriend of mine who did one of those all-inclusive cruises, and she had to pay the premium drinks package price so that she could actually get sparkling water and tap water. Because if you just bought the lower ranked one, you could only get soda. You couldn't even get
Out
water.
of the post-mix.
Of course, when you go on a ship where you have the drinks package, you're inclined to drink a lot more to get your value.
Money's worth.
But
That's
if you're on one where it's all included, you just do it normally.
Yeah.
Drink. You don't think, I haven't done my
got my quota
today.
I want to get back to your friend who said she had to buy the premium package to get water.
Yeah.
What a great excuse. I love that. I love it.
She would.
I need to know her name and I need an introduction.
You might find
please.
she works for one of the international airlines, in fact.
There you go.
This would be true. Now, where would you never, ever, ever go again?
Never ever go again.
I don't think there'd be anywhere, but there are places that we'd probably prefer not to go back to.
Like the Philippines didn't really do it for us.
Oh, really?
No.
Okay.
No. India, we've been to 4 or 5 times.
People either love India. You're not
Well, we did love
ambivalent
it
about it.
We had some issue. We didn't like Air India, I suppose.
No, that was a bit.
So the airline wasn't. They ruined it for you.
But there's some spectacular hotels. I mean, we've
Really beautiful.
on the show, we could be pitching our own tent, or we could be staying in a $3,000 a night palace in India.
Yeah,
and we've done
that's-
both of those things
and everything in between.
and everything in between. So
And that was in India. And
Yes.
of course, India, INDIA, is I'm not doing it again.
well, yeah, but
A lot of people use that.
the last time we did it, we had to go to Rishikesh and stay in an ashram.
Was that fun? Though?
Terrible.
Yeah.
There was a sign on the table that said no eating meat, no drinking alcohol, no sex, no fun. No, and seriously, there was a sign in the room that said all this. Yeah.
Yeah, that was not how we wanted to spend the night
It was
in
horrible.
India. We didn't really
Oh.
like it.
The Beatles might have done it, back in the 60s, but
They blew their minds.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, they had a lot of LSD to get
so,
through.
I mean, I
Had a lot
would
of-
go back to India, but it wouldn't be top of list, and I wouldn't go back to the Philippines probably.
No, but there's no place that we definitely wouldn't ever
No,
go back
none
to.
at all.
Where's still on your list to see?
Well, I have a different list from you.
Mm.
There's one country I'd really love to go to, and that's Iceland.
You haven't been.
Haven't been.
One of my friends
Doesn't
just went.
Do anything for me.
The landscapes are meant to be stunning.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll look at the National Geographic. Thank you.
Now you sound like my
Just Google
children.
it.
We can Google image that, Mark.
Yes. I want to go to Malta. I haven't been to Malta.
Yeah, Malta, Cyprus, Sardinia, Corfu, all the islands in the
And
mid.
on the cruises we've done through the Med, some places we only stopped at for a day. So a lot of them I'd like to go,
You'd like
back,
to go back to.
Yes. Spend some more time in Spain.
Yep.
Um,
We did have Ireland. I'd been to Ireland a couple of times on writing trips, but you hadn't been to Ireland. But we were able to tick that off last
It's
month.
beautiful.
Yeah, we
Loved it.
had a terrific
Yeah,
time there.
really nice
We loved
people.
it. Yeah,
Really. And House of Guinness, of course.
absolutely.
What?
And I've got a lot of Irish in me, so I felt
There you
quite at
go.
home.
There you go.
No, I just loved it. The people were just beautiful. And we went to Northern Ireland too. That was so interesting, Belfast.
Yeah.
Fascinating.
It is an amazing country. Just
it is.
so green.
And the
And-
people
Yeah.
are fantastic.
But
They're
again,
all
you don't.
drunk.
yeah. They love to play a fiddle or sing a song.
You go to these new countries and you're interested. So you come home and you go down the rabbit hole and find out all about them. So that's what I love about travel.
So how do you plan where you want to go? Tell me what goes through the travel guide's minds when you find you're going to, this is a place my husband wants to go to, Aotearoa, right? And
In Cook Islands?
yes.
Okay, now,
Yes.
just before we go on, we don't know where we're going until we get there.
Right. So
Until we get
it's
to
like
the airport.
blind.
Yeah,
We-
theoretically.
we get a packing list and a temperature guide.
All right.
So they say pack 4 pairs of swimmers, a couple of beach outfits, resort wear,
casual.
2 dinner outfits, and 1 wet weather gear.
Right.
So normally we're not supposed to tell the public where we've been before the series goes to air.
Of course.
But we have a lot of Australians who see us filming now, so everyone sort of knows where we've been anyway. So it's not really the secrets like it used to be.
So we have no say in it at all as to
Wow.
where we go. We just rock up and enjoy it.
So what about when it's your own trips? How do you organise? Like what do you do in advance? How do you work out what you want to see?
we have a lot of friends who travel, tips from them, places they've been
word
to.
of mouth.
And when
Yes.
we're flying, we often talk to the crew as well. And
Okay.
get a lot of tips from crew.
You'd probably get good tips from
Yeah,
the crew,
absolutely.
right?
They know best.
Also, in the Age, the SMH, the travel section there's great info that we get from them. We stayed at a place in on Lake Como that someone had written in to
That's right.
the
yeah.
letters to the editor there, and we ended up staying there and extending.
Wow.
But you mentioned Aotearoa.
Oh,
Yeah.
We went to the Cook Islands last year? Or
yes, year
The
before.
year before last. And everyone fell in love with it.
Yeah. That's what my
Rarotonga and Aotearoa.
It's the first place that we've been to where every group gave it 5 out of 5.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Wow.
Beautiful.
What do you think that secret is then?
It's not like Tahiti. It's not like Bali. It's unique.
Yeah,
it has its
that's what
own
it is,
flavour.
isn't it?
There's no 5-star resorts.
No.
There's no corporate resorts, no
Basic.
Hilton, Sheratons,
Yes.
whatever.
On Rarotonga, there's one bus that goes clockwise and anti-clockwise. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. The beaches are superb. The people are magnificent.
Yeah.
There's a welcoming committee. Now, if you've been to Bali, you know there's a lot of stray dogs.
Yes.
And they're all pretty mangy and
Very distressing.
mongrel-looking things. Yeah.
In fact.
There are a lot of dogs in the Cook Islands,
Yeah.
too, particularly in Rarotonga, but they're beautiful. And they will escort you along the beach.
They're owned by people.
They're
Yeah.
owned by
They belong-
people, but they're
But
like
they
the
just go
welcoming-
roaming every day.
Yeah. We had one
The
that
tourist welcoming committee.
we had this
Fairy ones.
fantastic hotel room on the beach.
In
And we were
Rara.
walking along the beach, and this dog befriended us, a beautiful looking, very well kept dog, escorted us back to our room,
Oh, cute.
and we opened the doors, and he just sat outside the door and waited for us to go out again.
Oh,
Remember?
I do
hilarious.
remember it. Cook Islands are not particularly cheap.
No, I've heard that.
But I think there's a Jetstar flight that goes direct from
Sydney, yeah.
now.
You
Ah.
don't
We
have to
went
go
via
via
New
Auckland.
Zealand. We went via
And
Auckland.
I've heard the food isn't always 5-star in the Cook
Oh,
Islands,
no.
but the people are.
Yes. It's not about the
Absolutely.
food.
Yeah.
The scenery is breathtaking.
It's a all-encompassing experience there.
Okay.
And you just feel very much part of true hospitality, nothing fabricated about it. There's a very warm, genuine welcome.
really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, maybe I'll travel for that one.
In Rarotonga, we went on a party bus one night.
Oh.
You know,
Like the disco-y party buses.
I ended up pole dancing. I mean, it was amazing.
Hysterical.
I mean, you do things on holidays you wouldn't
That's
ever
exactly
think of doing
right.
at home. You think, oh, no one's ever going to see this except,
All of
All of
Australia.
Australia.
Australia, of course, yeah.
Oops.
but look, this is what holidays are about. Stretch yourself. Have
Yeah.
some new experiences.
Literally stretch yourself
Literally,
on a pole.
yes.
Oh, that pole dancing, very hard. I would never even try that. And so, what are the things that can go wrong that people often don't think about when they're traveling? What things?
Luggage.
Yeah, it's when they
Luggage.
your bag
That's where
doesn't
you hear
turn
the horror
up.
stories.
We flew a couple of years ago, the group of us, and there's about 40 of us, about 160 pieces of luggage. We were flying from Helsinki to Casablanca via London.
Oh,
We get to London. At this stage, some of us have got air tags. 2 out
No,
of
they get to Casablanca.
Oh, sorry, we get to Casablanca and only 2 pieces arrive. They're all still in London. Because
We've got 1.5 tons of luggage. 'Cause
so
of all
even the
crew gear.
TV show, yeah, they didn't have their cameras.
No, nothing. And we had 2 suitcases
We had to have a couple of days off
and go out and
while
buy
the
new
cameras
clothes.
arrived. Waiting for
Yeah.
the cameras to arrive.
What else can go wrong?
Luggage is flights being cancelled. That is
one just in Sri Lanka. We all had to sleep in the
Oh,
in the
yeah,
gate
that's
lounge
right.
one
that's
night.
hideous.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
truly
look,
Just
hideous.
suck it up.
Ugh.
But I think the worst thing that can happen when you're on holidays is getting sick.
Yeah,
Yeah, that can really knock you
Yes.
around. Fortunately,
salmonella
we've got
involved.
very strong constitutions, and we won't let ourselves get sick. As you say, it was from eating dirt as kids.
I did fall over trying to ice skate in Helsinki. We both did, and unfortunately, it didn't even make the cut.
Oh,
No, fractured
Ah.
pelvis and all.
Yes.
oh, did you break a bone?
Yes, I did, and I
Ow.
had to ride a camel in
Ow.
Morocco
Somewhere
after
else?
that.
Yeah, with a
I fell
fractured
off a
pelvis.
camel when I was a child.
Look,
Horrible.
I was in pain, and when we got to Helsinki airport, they actually put me in a wheelchair. We go into the lounge, had some painkillers, a couple of glasses of champagne, and then I said to Kevin, "It's a miracle I can walk."
Painkillers, they're very good, aren't
That's
they? They're really good.
and champagne.
And then a bit later, that all wore off. But
And then I've heard some really, really frightening stories about crime in cities that you just don't expect crime to be in. So another girlfriend of mine, in fact, I think this was the one who had to buy the premium drinks package,
really,
was in an amazing city. It was in Spain, and they actually got jabbed in the thigh.
Really?
And yeah,
Well, we get
and
warnings.
robbed,
We
and
get
robbed.
a thing from Channel 9, saying this country, just be aware of your
aware.
surroundings.
Yeah. Well,
But look,
Smart
it can happen
Traveller is a great
anywhere.
website, though. It gives you a lot of. So the
Yeah,
Australian government
absolutely.
has this website now where you can
Yeah.
read up in advance. I mean,
Do you hear of
You
tourists
never had
coming
that
into
years
Sydney
ago.
or Melbourne?
If you
Yeah.
wear
And
all
they're-
your jewelry, I mean,
Yeah.
you're going to be.
And
Yeah.
if you're not careful, you go out drinking and you get a little bit loose, a little bit
yes.
careless, you can get mugged anywhere.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
get mugged anywhere, but it is particularly distressing, I think, when you're
When you're away.
overseas and if you don't speak the language.
Yep.
I do remember traveling with my kids in Europe, and it was on after that cruise and they got head lice, which is, of course, like the parents' curse. This is why we do sans enfants.
Yeah. Another reason, yeah.
And honestly, when your kids go through the head lice phase, every mother will know it. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
And I had to try and ask in a foreign country for head lice
This is before
stuff.
Google Translate.
Yeah, and I couldn't, they didn't get it. And then the stuff, I finally found someone. And it wasn't as good as the Australian stuff because we have our head lice in Australia are like tectonic. They never die.
Oh,
so
really?
our KP24 and our Move is really high quality, but the stuff you buy in Europe,
You had your passport stolen in Ireland.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, well, I had my whole life support system. It was a really...
Oh, you carry on.
I wasn't there.
And it was stolen. I was interviewing somebody when I was a travel writer, and it was just taken. It had my computer, my phone, my notebooks, everything.
That's
it was all gone.
disastrous.
But it can happen anywhere.
It can, but it's terrible when it happens
It's now
when you're on
probably at the bottom
holidays.
of the River Liffey.
Well, possibly.
Yeah.
But, there is a lot of crime in Ireland.
Oh,
Like,
sure.
it's,
Yeah.
look, every country has crime.
Yep.
It's just every crime is slightly different, right?
You've just got to be aware and be aware of the scams in certain countries, like at the Eiffel
So
Tower.
many.
And,
Pickpockets at the Eiffel Tower.
Someone was talking, there's a metro scam in Paris as well, isn't there? Where they try and make you give your passport over or something. Yeah, there's scams everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's bizarre.
and they work in groups.
Yeah,
too,
that's
so
right.
You've just got to be.
Now let's get on to Nigeria.
Yeah. I know hustle kingdoms in Nigeria.
Exactly.
It's like the whole economy there.
Yeah.
That's how
it
they
is.
survive. It's terrible, this stuff. Now, tell me about luggage and packing, because this is the
Yes.
other bane of traveling, right?
Yes. Okay.
What do you do?
One important thing that we swear by.
Yeah, what's that?
Luggage is not designed properly. Most suitcases open up like that.
That's
the
right,
oyster,
like a big clam.
Yeah,
Don't
big
use them.
clamshell.
Oh.
No
Wrong.
way.
They take up twice the amount of real estate in a hotel room.
Yes, this is
No luggage rack is designed to accommodate
Never.
them.
correct.
When you're traveling as a pair,
Couple.
you've got at least two, and sometimes we have four.
So the first thing we do when we get into a hotel room is ask for another luggage rack. We have to have
Okay.
at least two. And ours are hard shell, but they undo from the top.
They're top opening.
Oh.
Must have top opening suitcases. So all the luggage people out there who are manufacturing these
Oh.
clamshell ones, stop doing it.
But they're doing them so that it's two now.
Yeah, they're double
Okay.
adapters now. You can open them either at the centre or in
Oh,
the
I
top.
didn't know this.
And even for our rollerboards,
Yeah,
they're the
We
same.
won't buy luggage that is centre opening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a top tip. Now,
Yes,
do you fold
and,
or roll? clothes?
Fold, flat, and
Okay.
in cubes, packing cubes.
Packing cubes.
always.
Yes, I like a
Packing for
cube.
a man is easier than a woman.
Oh, yes.
God,
Because
yes.
I pack in slabs.
I know.
Yeah.
Your shirts all stack
Oh.
up, and I can lift a slab out of the suitcase and put it there, and then get to the next layer, which might be pants.
Yeah,
Well,
okay.
sure.
Yeah,
Not
it's
not two pieces of a woman's wardrobe of the same shape.
correct.
And shoes. Don't get me started on shoes.
Well, how many shoes do you take away? This is
Um,
always my dilemma because thousands.
There's nothing worse than not having
It's
the right
true.
shoes. I mean,
It's
you
so
don't want to go
true.
to a nice dinner and you've got your Birkenstocks on or something like that.
So when you travel, you walk a lot and get blisters, or
Mhm.
I do
Yeah.
anyway.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
But we don't take clothes away. We have to take a wardrobe away.
Well,
And
you do
sometimes
because you're
we might-
on telly as well, right?
Sometimes we've got 3 changes of clothes in one day.
Not so much like
Not
in the
lately,
earlier
but-
season.
Yeah, but what they do to us sometimes is they spring it on us because the show is not always filmed in sequence.
Yeah, of course
And
not.
what we do on the first day might be not repeated, but an add-on
Exactly.
scene on day 5.
So that's
So
your
they'll say on day 5, we want you to wear what you wore on
that
day 1.
day.
So you take photos of our clothes every day, so
Oh,
you
you're
know
so
what
good.
did I wear.
You're so
on day one.
organised.
I also write down what I pack and what shoes are going to go with it and like accessories and
really?
everything. So I'm not caught out. Yeah.
Could be described as a forensic packer.
Very, very forensic
I'm
packer.
intrigued.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think I need to
Mm.
see more of your packing photos. This could be a whole series because there's such an art to packing.
Also with toiletries, I decant everything.
So you have little containers.
Yes, and I love my label maker. I label everything.
Even the label maker has a label on it, called
says
Label Maker.
Love a good dymo.
And the other thing that we swear by is Ziploc bags in all sizes.
We
the ones, the really good ones. With
pack
the
a whole
proper
lot with
Ziplocs.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the big ones.
Yep.
Yes.
They can be quite hard to find in a
Um,
supermarket these days, I've found.
Yep.
Any bottle that is going in a suitcase, no matter how tight it's done up, always goes in a
Ziploc.
plastic bag.
Okay.
Well, you don't want to have accidents inside your suitcase.
I've had those before.
I know.
They're very unbecoming.
Yes.
Yeah, it really
yes.
ruins everything you bought with you
Totally.
because you can't wear it.
Exactly.
Disaster.
But we,
Also, we travel with a travel line.
Oh, do you?
Oh, yeah.
So you learnt from your travel kettle to blow out your
Yeah.
motel.
Yeah.
But yeah, your
However,
travel iron.
In
With a travel
38
line.
years, we have sort of got up the ladder a bit.
and good luck trying to get your travel iron onto some ships.
Oh, yeah,
Ah.
not
They'll
allowed to
confiscate
take
it.
them.
Why?
And
So they-
steamers.
Well,
Oh, because you've got to use their laundry
Yes,
service.
correct.
exactly.
The coin.
But I have another tip on travelling too. I have what I call the BOE.
What's the BOE?
The BOE is the bag of everything.
Okay.
And it's a washing bag, that you put hosiery
The
and stuff
net-
in.
Yeah,
net-
the
net-
netting
net-
bags. Yeah.
And you put everything in that normally gets lost in your suitcase.
All the little bits and pieces.
Ah,
It could
right.
be
like,
your
so power
speaker,
adapter.
your power adapters,
Yeah.
the travel hairdryer, the
Lion?
sunscreen.
Or, pills or
Yeah,
whatever.
all of that. They all go
okay.
into BOE, and it finds its own level in the suitcase.
There you are.
and
There you are.
Where are the pills? Where are the
The
whatever?
tea bags. We travel with our
Okay.
own tea bags.
What brand of
I have Earl Grey.
English breakfast.
English breakfast.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
The Twinings?
Mhm.
Okay, so you have to take those around the world.
Yes.
Even in Ireland, did they not have good
Well,
enough
there's
tea for you?
standbys. If there's not appropriate levels of tea bag in the hotel room, we always come with our own.
Operate unless we've had 2 cups of tea in the morning.
And okay, so luggage and packing is clearly you're all over
Oh,
it.
yes,
Like
absolutely.
seriously all over it.
And
Because
unpacking.
Ah.
Unpacking is as important as packing.
and is that because it sort of keeps you organised if you unpack as soon
Well,
as
that's
you
when
get
we
somewhere?
come home.
Yes.
No, we only unpack if we're in a hotel room for more than 3 nights.
Okay, otherwise you just dip into the
Yeah.
suitcase.
There's
Now-
no point. No point. in-
One of the things we have been known to do on cruises and in hotel rooms like Japan where the rooms are small,
Tiny, yeah.
we have removed furniture from the hotel room and put it in the hallway.
extraneous furniture.
That we're
Get
not
rid of
gonna
that
use.
coffee table. Yeah. No room
Excuse
for
me, can you move the couch out of my room?
that. Also, the cabins in ships are metal. The walls are metallic. They might be covered in wallpaper, but they're all metal because they're modular. So
yes,
there's
that's right.
these
Slicing
little
it
things
out.
in, no matter what sort of a ship it is. So we take these magnetic hooks with us. Very strong
Yeah, you've
magnetic
got-
hooks. They go on the wall. All your handbags are hanging up. So there's room for everything. Because the walk-in wardrobes on a lot of ships are not that big.
Tiny.
Last year, the trip to Japan on travel guides, the room was okay for I think this was in Kyoto, but the bed was up against the wall, so one person's got
Yes,
to come.
we
So what we did is there was one chair, we put it out in the hallway, we moved the bed out. I took the rubbish bin from the bathroom, turned it upside down, and that was my bedside table.
So
And
look
then
at
You had
you.
about that, like
But that's right. At
10
least you can
centimetres.
still get
And
out
then
of bed
put it
okay.
back
Yeah.
again the next morning,
Yeah.
and then push the bed back.
Because yes, Japan, everything's slightly undersized in
Mhm.
Japan
Well,
because
not
the people,
slightly.
the people are smaller as
Yes,
well.
yes.
The rooms are minuscule.
I know, and
Yeah.
the furniture's all just sort of like doll's furniture.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
chairs
yeah.
are slightly
Yes.
smaller,
Mm,
and,
yes.
And
everything.
imagine if you had the clamshell suitcases in there.
That would not work at all.
way.
No.
I admire the Japanese. They're so organised.
love it.
And
Love
that's why
Japan.
everything's so beautiful. It's fantastic. What about souvenirs? Like, what do you always think, we've got to have that
Okay.
and we'll make
In
room
our
for it?
early days when we would go to Bali and you would get the Bali fix and this looks great here, you get it home and it's very different to looking
Yeah.
at it in situ
to tropical Bali.
straight in the garage sale. So
It's
now,
absolute crap. Yeah? Total crap.
so
Tat is what
all
my
we buy
grandmother
now,
would
we
call
buy fridge magnets.
Now, I have to qualify that. The fridge magnets are not allowed on the fridge because they're seriously ugly.
No.
I mean, they're the ultimate in kitsch, right? So I have a wall in my shed,
With
Oh.
metal wall.
a metal wall in the shed, and we've got thousands of fridge magnets on there.
really?
But we won't have them in the house.
We do buy clothes. We have nice dinners.
Yeah.
They're out.
So the
The-
experience
Yes.
is
the
the
rule
souvenir.
we have is if we're going to buy a souvenir, we have to be able to eat it, drink it, or wear it.
But the magnet, you can't do any of
No,
them.
they're not a souvenir.
They're very
They're in a league of its own.
keepsake.
Yeah,
A
exactly.
keepsake.
And pretty much the magnets we get are as gross as possible.
The grosser the better.
Oh, that's what you're trying to find.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Nothing.
Okay.
You don't buy a flat fridge magnet. It's
No.
It's got to
No.
be garish.
It's got to be revolting.
See, I don't mind a tea towel as a souvenir because tea towel souvenirs are kind of interesting and useful, and you get them out and you go, "Oh, I
No.
remember going to this strange village in Wales where."
Yeah.
But the amount we travel, could you imagine how many tea towels we'd have?
Well, I say you
We
can
don't drink
never
that much
have
tea.
too many tea towels. I just, it just depends. Now, all right, we're going to move into what your top 5 must-see travel destinations for anyone over the age of 50 would be.
Ah,
What
okay.
would you say?
Well, when you're over 50, the kids have probably left home. I don't know. These days they haven't.
Yeah, I was going to say, they don't mind parking for a while, do they?
And you've probably got a bit more expendable income. So you can, push
Yes, you
push
can.
it out a bit further. Our top one would probably be Switzerland.
Yeah, because you need money to get to Switzerland.
it's very
expensive.
expensive.
Like,
Very
shock
expensive.
It's so clean
Yeah.
and beautiful,
Oh,
right?
magnificent.
Like
magnificent.
It's just like you would expect it to be. I mean, we found out that an entry-level waitress earns the equivalent of $140,000 a year.
Yeah, in
So
Switzerland.
everything is
Priced
geared up.
accordingly.
Priced accordingly,
Exactly, yeah.
absolutely.
I
yeah.
remember how expensive it
Yes.
was when I went there.
Also, a must travel to destination for the over 50s is, of course, Paris.
Anywhere in France, really, because it's timeless. You can be any age and
And
people
enjoy
are
it.
fabulous there.
And so the first one would be Switzerland. The second one would be Paris and France.
Croatia?
Croatia.
Ah,
Yep.
okay.
Now, the interesting one that you keep on referring to that you loved and was a real surprise
She's trying to remember.
Yes, give me a hint.
starts with Israel.
Yes, loved Israel.
Really?
Mm.
It's-
Okay.
Well, Israel,
Maybe
Tel
not
Aviv-
Gaza, but,
No, no.
Israel, Tel Aviv, it's
Tel
on the
Aviv's-
Med.
Yeah.
You tell a
is.
fib.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
Tel Aviv.
It's on the Med, but you're at the southern end of the
Yeah,
Med.
that's
and
right.
it's
The other
great. The people are interesting. The food's good. It's very French.
Beaches were wonderful.
Beaches
Yeah,
are
beaches are- It's
fantastic.
beautiful. It is
Um,
really good.
It was a real surprise.
Yeah, I have to. People ask us this question all the time, and it has been one of our favourites, but you feel a bit awkward mentioning it these
Yeah.
days. But I can't not say it, but
Because
it was
it
one
was
of our
beautiful.
favourites.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so how many is that? So what have we got? We've got Switzerland, Paris, Israel,
Croatia.
The Dalmatian coast from Split down
Yeah,
to
beautiful.
Dubrovnik is
And
magnificent.
Sri Lanka.
And Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka. Well, that's quite close to us here in Australia, so it's not far to go.
It's still a bit of a trip.
Yeah, well, everything's
Everything's
a
a
trip
trip.
from
And
Australia.
That's what makes
Yes.
travel from Australia so special. When Australians go overseas, they make a real,
Well, because you have to have
Yes,
a good
make it
chunk of
worthwhile, of
time
course.
because it's so
takes a
long.
day to get there and a
Yeah,
day to
it
get
really
back. But
does.
everyone who goes away just puts up with it, and that's the price you pay for living in Australia.
And do you read a lot about the destinations you're
Yes.
going to go to in
Mhm.
advance?
Yeah.
And where
We-
do you get your best information from? That's my
Ah.
question. Like, do you do online? Do you prefer to read books about
You
locations?
just collect it. And you might have collected information, say, on Sri Lanka
Yeah.
over a period of 4 or 5 years,
Okay.
thinking, okay, one day I will go to Sri Lanka, so I'll take that on board.
I actually have some hard copy file of bits and pieces I've pulled out. It used to be pulled out from the paper,
So organised.
but we read the newspapers online now, so I have to actually go out and print it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
clip it and keep
Clip it. Yes,
Oh, that's so
exactly.
cute.
Yes.
Yeah, so Sue Williams mentioned yesterday that she loves reading the old school travel writers who, will bring a journey to a place to life in the words of a
Yes.
book, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. And she also explained that her favourite destination was eating. She got fed by the Bedouins in Jordan somewhere, and you go out, and it sounded absolutely incredible.
Mm.
And she said they just bring all the food to you, and it's such an experience.
We did something similar to that in Oman.
Yes, there's
Yeah.
there's an element of hospitality with all
Eastern
Arabs,
countries,
and they
yeah.
just welcome you.
Yeah.
It's just it's
That's
really
wonderful.
amazing.
Okay, that's interesting. And what about in Australia? Are there 5 destinations in Australia that you could think people need to see?
5.
One of our favourite cities
Mm.
in the world is
Mm.
Sydney.
Oh, see, there you are.
We love Sydney.
I would
love
agree.
Sydney.
I live there.
We just
and I
came
think
back
it's great.
from there 2 days ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
it's a
love
great
it.
place.
I could just spend my life walking around the harbour. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It
Absolutely
is.
Well,
beautiful.
only walking around it because we can never afford to
Can't afford to buy it.
Well, no one can.
But
Even
we
the people that live there
love
can't afford
Sydney.
it.
So Sydney would be my top destination within Australia.
Okay.
One of the first 5 out of 5s we gave on the show many years ago was actually to Canberra. We like Canberra.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
You like a roundabout?
I love a good roundabout. To go to Canberra, you have to love a good roundabout,
You
don't you?
do.
And a beige road of
I
houses.
know.
Yes.
I know. But everything's so well kept.
Yeah.
Isn't
It
in
is.
Yeah.
Canberra. It's so
Canberra's
nature
lovely.
organised.
I think it's very underrated.
Okay.
It's a very interesting place too. Once you get off the streets and start
Yeah, that's
going
right.
into
And
the scene.
admittedly, we stayed at Jamala, which is the zoo where you sleep with the tigers
Which
and
was
the
wonderful.
elephants and
That
everything.
would be
Absolutely
exotic.
wonderful.
So
That
we
would be
did.
good.
What else in Australia?
We love Tasmania. Driving
Yeah,
holidays around
beautiful.
Tasmania. Tasmania is like a microcosm of everything that you expect to get from New Zealand.
Yeah,
and it's all there in
incredible.
Tassie. I love driving around
And also,
Tassie.
Brisbane's come of age.
Ah.
Really come of age.
It's
so
very warm in Brisbane, though. You have to
Go
take
in
Choose
our
your
winter.
time.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Choose the time of year.
Yeah,
But
I-
that's the same with any destination.
Yes.
You've got to choose your
I
time.
don't
of year.
like humidity. I turn into Monica from Friends. The hair comes out like I have Monica hair.
It's, well, this is the thing if you live in Melbourne as well, right? Because it's the water's quite hard here, so you don't, everything seems to sit nicely in your hair. The minute my mum and sister come to Sydney,
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
because even the humidity of Sydney is too much for a Melbourneite. Now, I'm going to hit you with some hard and fast questions now
Sure.
as we wrap now. So I'm going to give you 2 choices, and you're going to select the one that immediately comes to mind. Good food or good scenery?
How about a restaurant with a view?
Yeah, like a revolving restaurant on top of a high building where you get
Not
both.
answering the question, but
It's
that's
not.
okay.
No. Well, see, we're ex-restaurant judges,
Yeah.
so good food's important, but good views is also
Yeah,
important.
it's part of the
It's a
experience.
hard
Restaurant at the
one.
Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, Jules Verne.
This-
Oh.
There you go.
There you go.
you
Yes.
There you go. Okay. Now, credit card or cash when you travel?
Absolutely, debit card.
Debit card.
Debit
Okay,
card,
that's
because
your secret.
if you lose it, you've only lost
Yeah.
a certain amount.
Okay.
Debit card, and there's a couple of debit cards which are brilliant now, and they're designed for
Understood.
travel. Well, I use a Bank West one.
Okay.
No transaction fees,
Wow.
and it's got a very attractive conversion rate.
But
just on that.
always go in the local currency.
Yes, always hit local currency, never the Australian dollars.
Okay.
Because you'll be charged considerably more. But if you've got an iPhone, I don't know whether everybody knows this, look down the bottom when you go into calculator on your iPhone, convert, and it will automatically
Instantly
convert
Oh,
your
that's
currency to the
fantastic.
local currency.
look at all these top tips.
Oh, I know. That's my biggest
Oh,
tip.
my
It's a
goodness.
lifesaver.
Yeah.
But I haven't
amazing.
used, in the last
2 seasons.
2 seasons, which is 20 episodes, 20 different countries, I haven't used cash once.
Wow.
I haven't cashed any local currency.
Admittedly, we haven't had to go to a toilet in Italy.
No, that's
Okay,
right.
you
Yeah,
need
yeah.
the coins,
Yes.
right? Which is even worse.
Yeah, that's why you have a producer.
Now, pack light or pack for all occasions?
All occasions, absolutely.
Okay.
We're not good at packing light.
So revisit old favourites or go to a new place every time?
Both. I have to go down the middle on that one.
Okay.
But we would try and combine both on one trip.
okay.
You know, knowing that we love a certain destination, we'll go there and then
Okay.
go somewhere new.
Interesting. Aisle or window seat?
Oh, definitely aisle for me.
I get that.
Window.
Oh, you like
Window
the
and
window?
aisle.
Window.
Yeah.
I like the
We
aisle.
love it when we get, if we're in economy, seats K and J, Kevin and
Oh,
Janetta,
of
which is aisle
course.
and
But you could always sort of demand that now. If you get mobbed in New Zealand,
you
surely when
go,
you check
yeah.
in, you can ask
you know
for
we're bigger than
KJ.
Dua Lipa.
Don't you think? All right, now I'm going to ask Janetta, sunrise or sunset?
Definitely sunset.
Ah.
With a glass of something in your hand watching the
And should
sunset.
that glass be red or white wine?
It
Or
would
champagne?
probably be a dry champagne
Okay.
or possibly even a whiskey sour.
Oh, you like a whiskey sour.
Mhm.
Now, 5-star resort or somewhere with a 5-star review?
5-star resort.
Okay.
No brainer.
Reviews are very subjective.
They are. And
And-
sometimes they're rigged now, right?
Totally.
As well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't trust the
No.
reviews.
And when they're self-rated, what one person considers 5-star could be very different from
It's
what
like
the other.
I'll have my steak medium rare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you never get a
No.
medium rare. Now, guided tour or DIY itinerary?
Oh, we love doing a half-day city sites tour in a new city whenever we arrive.
Orient yourself.
Yes,
Mhm.
absolutely. And we've had some great guided tours, like in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah. they do
And more recently in Chile, in
Yes,
Valparaiso.
But we also like doing our own thing.
yeah.
So it's
Mix it
really
up.
hard. Mix it up, yeah.
Street food or fine dining?
Both. I know. I'm really on the fence here,
You
aren't
are
I?
on the fence,
I know.
aren't you? Okay. Domestic or international?
It's got to be international.
Okay.
Got to be international.
Countryside or city?
These are mine.
I know.
I
know.
It's probably city because we live in the country.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you like something different. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this can be for both of you because I'm going to get your hot tips and your hot takes. So you talked about your Bankwest
Yeah.
conversion travel card.
Mhm.
What would you say is the best hotel you've ever stayed in?
Can we do within Australia
You
first?
can do
In
whichever you
Australia
like.
and
Look at-
overseas?
yes.
Okay.
You do Australia first.
The
I know.
best hotel we've stayed in Australia, and I hope they're listening, is the Emporium in
Emporio.
Brisbane. Emporium.
Is it?
Mm.
What's Emporio? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
The Emporium
I
in
beg your pardon,
Brisbane.
Emporium in Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magnificent. I mean,
Okay.
it's not the most expensive hotel in the world. They've just got it right.
It's
The
well
rooms are
planned.
spacious. The staff are impeccable. It's just a very, very good hotel.
Okay.
Really nicely located.
Yeah.
Great rooftop bar. We love rooftop bars, by the way.
Yeah.
Now,
Scenery.
international. I know what
Yeah, I know where you're
What are you
going.
gonna say for international?
this is actually India.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. The
Which one?
what's it called? The
Imperial.
Imperial
In Delhi.
in Delhi.
Okay.
Delhi.
Absolutely magnificent.
Very colonial.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got deep history of the partition where they
Yes.
Oh,
okay.
separated
From- yeah.
India from Pakistan.
And
But
not
it's beautiful.
cheap, but the rooms are beautiful. The staff are spectacular. You know, the concierge has got the moustache
Oh,
and,
yes.
and the brass
Very
buttons.
Raj.
And the,
Very
oh,
Raj.
It's
like
lovely.
the old days.
Yes.
And what about the best tour or travel experience? Think hot air ballooning, or I'm making it up as I go along here.
Well, this has got to be the Citro designing journeys
Oh,
that we did a couple of years
We
ago.
did a trip to Japan with Designing Journeys.
Yeah.
In Melbourne. Was it last year? Last year
No.
we were there. Yeah.
yeah, it might be
And
no, I
um,
can't remember. Maybe
it was last year because we went twice last year to
Yes.
Japan. And we
Yeah.
just had the most magnificent time.
Wow.
We had a one-on-one. We met Amandine,
She's French.
she's
Oh,
French,
beautiful.
married to a Japanese, speaks Japanese and English fluently,
Beautiful.
and knows Japan like nobody else, and just showed us the side of Japan we'd not seen before, and we loved every
And
second
we
of it.
said beforehand we want to do something quirky, something food, something this, and you just say all the different things, and they pulled it all
and make
together.
it all happen
Yeah,
for you.
yeah.
Wow. Okay. And now, brand of suitcase.
It's got to be the one we're using.
Yeah,
I know.
the
With
one
the
we're using at the moment is called Neri,
It's just-
N-E-R-E.
Just from Strand Bags. It's not a.
Okay.
It's just in the middle of the road.
We bash up suitcases. We have to get a new
Everyone
set
does.
every year, but we give it 10 years worth of travel in 1 year. So it's got to be strong. It's got to be hard case,
gotta be
hard sided,
Chop
top
opening.
opening.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
and it's
have-
got to be light.
and 4 wheels, double wheels.
Oh, you
Yeah.
like the double
Yeah,
wheels.
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yes.
Mm.
'Cause when the
Um,
wheel breaks, it's
Oh.
all broken, right?
Mhm.
Terrible.
They'd throw it away.
Yeah. It's just,
So we have to get new suitcases every year.
Now, what about the best airport in the world?
It's got to be
Oh,
the Middle East ones.
Mm. We loved Helsinki, remember?
Yes.
Those
With the Finnish touches everywhere, the very
yes.
Scandi
But
Yeah,
touches.
also,
beautiful design.
Guy. Oh,
no, Qatar.
Qatar.
No,
Oman?
yes.
No.
Can't remember the one in Oman.
We were just there a couple of weeks ago. God.
Singapore is great.
Yeah, Singapore is great.
But we just recently went to one of the best airport lounges we've ever been to. We were flying economy, but because we're Qantas Gold, we got into the LATAM lounge in Santiago.
Ah.
It was like being in an art gallery.
Yeah, it was
really?
magnificent.
Exquisite.
We also love the Qantas Lounge in Hong Kong.
Oh,
The
really?
business class Qantas Lounge in Hong Kong.
So who do you have your lounge membership with?
Qantas.
Yeah.
And then you can get in.
But if you're
they're One World,
gold,
so
yes.
yeah.
you get into the other
Yes.
members of
That's
the
why
family.
we were chasing status credits at the
To
beginning
New
of the year to
Zealand.
maintain
because
the goal.
this is another new thing. Like I was just saying yesterday, there's now all these gurus online who will tell you how to maximize your status credits
Yeah.
to fly cheaply.
Well,
right?
twice a year, Qantas has a double status credits thing that they do.
Ah.
So-
And they're very important. I mean, if you're a frequent traveller and you're not always flying business class, having gold membership gives you so much more value because you
Yeah.
can get priority boarding and you can get into the lounges. And if you've got to wait for 3 or 4 hours in the
a
airport,
lounge is.
in transit or before your flight starts, getting into the lounge means a lot.
But
We can have a shower too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Also, earlier this year, for the first time, when we went to Hong Kong, we put in to upgrade to business with points, and it came through
Both ways.
both ways.
Yeah.
Look at you.
How good was that?
Do you think they knew it was K and J?
No,
No.
Do they think? Oh, I don't know. Maybe they did.
it was good.
It was
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It was
I think
great.
it's
It's terrific.
exciting.
Hear
Yeah.
horror stories about them not coming through.
No, that's
Or
right.
people getting downgraded. But, we
Yeah,
don't like
or
to dwell on
flights
the
getting
horror
cancelled.
stories.
No.
You put the horror stories behind you.
Well, you
And you
do,
forget
because
them.
sometimes the horror stories make the trip, right?
Well,
Sometimes.
To make you appreciate other trips.
I was going. Anyway, it's been wonderful. It's a wrap. Thank you so much for
Thank
sharing
you.
all your tips with us, Kevin
Thank
and
you.
Janetta.
Thank you.
We've
It's
had
been
a great
privilege.
time. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Alex.
Bye.